This episode of DDO Players News is brought to you by our friends over at the Skull Splitter Dice Company. For all of your dice needs, head to skullsplitterdice.com. From metal dice to regular dice, if it's a dice, Skull Splitter Dice has what you need. That is skullsplitterdice.com. And don't forget to mention DDO Players. If you're a new customer, they're going to give you a free set of dice.
Good day, everyone. This is Pilot Needles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Dracula.
Hey now, everybody. How's it going?
Hello there, Drac. How are things going over in Barovia?
Meh, same old, same old.
Same old, same old. The usual troubles with peasants and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, those pesky peasants.
Oh, well. Let's go and head into our game news for this week, where there is now a Mac OS new client. I presume this is a wine client?
Yes, it is. For all two of you that play with the Mac. No, I kid. Sure, I'll get hate mail on that. Kid, it was a joke. It was a joke. Yeah, the former macOS client is going to be replaced with a new fancy wine client solution. The new client is not yet required to play the game, but it soon will be. So they are just suggesting that you replace your old macOS client now. It's easy to do. There is a link in the show notes to where you can go and grab it, download it, install it, boom, you're all done, and you'll be playing on your nice fancy wine client on the Mac OS.
Yes, they had gone to a wine client in Lotro sometime back, maybe almost more than half a year ago, maybe in a year ago, somewhere around that time period. I guess they've been trying to get all the kinks out of it before doing the same thing on the DDO side.
Yes, it's. I think they took what they learned from Lotro and kind of ported it over here. This is supposed to be a much stabler. It's supposed to run better. It's supposed to run smoother. Because I guess the Mac OS client has always had problems in the past, and this wine solution is supposed to be better and more stable. So we'll see. I'm sure Mac OS users are excited to try this out.
Excited to try it out, yeah. Hoping that this time it'll work.
We hope.
Oh, we could only hope. Then let's head into the store news, and that is the Masterminds of Sharn is now available in the DDO store. Also available are the Tiefling Scoundrel Iconic, Universal Tome, and Dimensional Bag.
Yay! So yes, if you didn't buy the pack for real life monies, and you've been saving your DDO points, now's your time to go. I know a lot of people have been waiting to buy this with DDO points, so now is your chance. You can go get it. But alas, I could not find out how much it cost because I don't have a free-to-play account. I was just telling Pine Leap I should actually create a free-to-play account just so I can actually go into the store and see the stuff that I can't see because I'm VIP. So no idea how much it cost. I'm assuming it's going to be in line with what the other stuff cost, but I don't know. As I said, I tried to look. I couldn't see it because I'm like, oh yeah, I already own it. Duh. So I really think I will make just a straight free-to-play account just so I can see stuff such as this. But it's pretty exciting, as I said. If you didn't purchase the expansion pack, if you were waiting to do it with points, you've been saving your points up all this time. Those points will now be well spent, as you'll be able to jump into Mastermind of Sharn. And as you said, the Tiefling Scoundrel Iconic, Universal Tome, and the Dimensional Bag, which I need to buy one of those Dimensional Bags because storage space.
And the Dimensional Bag is exactly what?
It holds augments, like a gabillion and 7,327 or something to be exact.
Augments.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I just don't have enough augments to make that a...
Oh my god, I do.
Why do you collect so many augments?
Because one day I'm going to use them, Pine Leaf. One day. Today is not that day, but it shall be a glorious day when I do use them.
Right?
I have plans, Pine Leaf. I have big plans.
You've got big plans. I am sure they'll be glorious.
Yes.
And The question is the Chronicle this week, issue number 351, glorious?
Sure. Sharn's on the cover, so that's kind of glorious, right?
Yeah.
Sure. That is a pretty cool shot of Sharn. At first, it took me like a couple seconds to figure out what it was. I was like, where's that from? And I'm like, oh, yeah, duh, Sharn. Hey, we got a shout out for our 5-year anniversary. That's kind of awesome. So, congratulations to us. We talked about that last week, week before last. I don't know. These shows are like, after 5 years, everything kind of runs together. It's like, was it last week we talked about that? It was the week before. But yeah, but thanks for shout out for that. Go check us out for hopefully 5 more years. And as we said, the podcast will soon be celebrating its 5th anniversary. The website actually launched a little before the podcast, but it's kind of cool that we've been around that long. I'll be honest, I didn't think we were going to last that long.
All right, 3 episodes stops.
Yeah, exactly. After about the 5th episode, I thought nobody's going to listen to this crap. Why are we doing this? But apparently people like us. And here we are, our 238th episode of the podcast, and the site's been up for 5 years, and it's changed a lot from the beginning.
Yes, but despite all the changes, what's the weirdest thing of all is we've got the same 2 principal hosts that we had at the beginning.
We do. That's right. That hasn't changed. A lot of the site and the podcast, how we do the podcast, the segments, all that kind of tweaked, but we've never changed hosts. So I guess that's good, as seeing we're the host. That would be kind of bad if we would change host. That would be kind of awkward, actually. It's like, oh, hey, somebody else is doing the show. That's weird. Oh, we wouldn't want that. And then we have our fan site news section. Of course, we got another. We made the Chronicle twice, finally.
Ooh, twice?
Once for our 5th anniversary, and then for our last episode. So, wow, we're like Chronicle famous and stuff.
Double header.
That's right. Mickey, of course, is in week 140 of her rating. I've said it before, Mickey, God bless you. You're crazy. Jams us the DDO, of course, running hardcore. So check to see their latest episode, watch it, and then listen to their After Action podcast. Nuba Carabra is also on the hardcore server. I think you're going to see a pattern here for the Bandside News. Brock and Friends, hardcore edition. Brighter Days Ahead. I'm not sure what he did. I didn't watch the video yet, so I'm guessing maybe hardcore server, but I don't know about that. Bard Life with Doug Glendower. Streaming with Even, episode 101. Not on the hardcore server. She was doing the new Soul Splitter pack, free DO with Psycho Blonde, and the DDOPL folks continuing their Warforged series. And we have a Chronicle comment, finally, as we always do.
Ooh.
If your character could only have one weapon for the rest of its life, what would it be and why?
Only one weapon. Well, considering my tendency to play artificers, it would have to be that Barovian holy repeating crossbow.
Okay. You just like that one the best, is that why?
Let's just say that has been my principal weapon ever. See, right now I'm level 17, and I've been generally using that all the way since level 10 when I picked up that thing.
Wow.
Now, I did during my last episode actually test out a new crossbow that dropped during my previous episode, because since actually I don't think I posted that episode yet, because I think I'm still using that one in the latest episode I posted. But in the one where you're helping the rally, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, my reward for that was a repeating crossbow, slightly more damage, that has paralysis on it. And I've learned why you love paralysis so much.
I know, I love it. Isn't it so fun?
Yeah. Now, whenever I go against undead, I switch to the Barovian one because I think that's
Yep.
better against undead.
Well, yeah,
But
that would make
but
sense.
yeah, but against humanoids, I finally found my humanoid crossbow. I'll just say. But the one, if I just had only one, because of the number of undead in DDO, I'll go with the Barovian one.
Right, and now you see why if we're playing and I'm on my ranger, that I always say, "Oh, hang on, I forgot to turn paralysis on." Now
Yeah,
you know why. It's
now I know what.
amazing. So much fun. And me, I guess it's going to be which character I'm on. If I'm on one of my rangers, which I tend to play most often, other than when I'm with you, because usually you're some kind of range thing, so I don't do ranger then. But if I'm on my ranger, probably gonna be one of my longbows. It's kind of hard to pick my favorite longbow, actually. Then again, it kind of depends on what I'm going against. It's either going to be Pinion, the Cloud Piercer bow. I really, really love that bow. Also like the Road Watch bow. Those are I think my two favorite longbows. So that would be it for my ranger. And then my rogues would have to say probably Agony, the Knife in the Dark. That's my favorite dagger in the game so far, I think. So
I was thinking that you'll be saying, "Oh, I guess you don't want to have slice unless you also have dice or something."
like, see, exactly. I can only have one. So, and what good is slice without dice or dice without slice? So, wow, that sounded very Dr. Seussish. Didn't know I was as good as the old doctor. Didn't mean to. So yeah, there is my answer to our Chronicle comment this week. And then, of course, we have the screenshot of the week, and that is Splinter Tusk is chatting it up with the Lord of Blades in the 432nd DDO screenshot of the week, and that is Clever Lang sending that in. That is a cool screenshot of the Lord of Blades.
I hope the Lord of the Blades doesn't mind appearing in the shot.
He's fine probably.
All right,
He's kind of an egomaniac, so it's fine.
all right. He wants to get the word around about Rights for Warforged. Anyway.
Right. See, exactly.
Then let us head to our store sales for this week, and I heard that bigger is better.
Bigger is always better, especially when it's the store sale. 20% off Sovereign Guild Renown Elixirs. You'll get 25 of those. Superior Spell Point Potions. Whew, that's tough to say. Again, kind of Dr. Seuss. We got a Dr. Seuss theme going on for some reason. Times 100 of those. Gold Seals of Sovereign Healing, 100 of those. And the Colossal Ingredient and Augment Bags, 20% off in the store through September the 26th. Weekly coupon code is going to get you a Potion of Lasting, Potion of Tumbling, plus 20. 5 of those. Tumbling is the code. And that brings up a point.
Yeah.
Does anybody actually tumble? Because I've gotten
myself.
I've gotten like bracers and stuff that had like pluses to tumbling before, and I don't think I've ever actually tumbled ever. So is there anybody out there that actually actively tumbles? I mean, sometimes I do it by accident because I hit that key by accident, and I'm like, "What am I? Oh yeah, I'm tumbling. Okay, that's all right." But like actively in combat, I don't think I have ever done that. So okay,
Now, that's to get by opponent.
Right. Yeah. If you time it right, you can like dodge out of blows and stuff because you can like tumble out of the way.
All right.
Like I said, yeah. I don't actively do it. I do it by mistake sometimes because I think if I remember right, it's the control key when you're moving. I think. If you like hit control and then hit a direction, I think it's control that makes you tumble.
Yeah, but it's only useful probably if you've got points in the skill, right?
Gumsgang does say, well, he saw somebody on the hardcore server tumbling around the cargo hold this weekend. Does that count? Sure. There you go. One person out there actually tumbles then. Okay.
Yes. One person. But that wasn't in combat?
Nope, they were in the cargo hold of the ship, so
Yeah.
they were just tumbling around, I guess.
Probably practicing so that they could tumble away from enemies.
See, there you go. Maybe that's how they practice.
Then let's see what's coming in from the dungeon. And then let's see if it's any tumblers or anything like that. Or tumbleweeds. Yes, because it's right, because they're on Minecraft, they're thinking of their next biome to release, and if they do Badlands, they're thinking of putting in tumbleweeds, so
Okay.
tumbling stuff. But let's see what's tumbling in from the dungeon, where Baldur's Gate descent into Avernus. We have a review there, and who conducted this review?
Me. Pick me. It was me. Yeah, I did finally get the review up. Got it up. I actually was proud of myself. I got this review up the day it released.
Ooh.
I was hoping to have it up a couple days before, but I did manage to get it up the day it was released. So I get some points for that, right? Sure. In my mind, I did good because I got it up the day it was released. But yeah, I took a look at the brand new D&D 5th edition book. As you said, it is the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. You start in Baldur's Gate, and then you basically go to hell. You go down into Avernus, which is the first circle of the 9 hells, and then you face all sorts of hellish demons and nightmares and everything you would expect to find in Avernus, you're going to find there. The star of this book, I think, is the pages that are devoted to Baldur's Gate. If you are into homebrewing and you would like to homebrew Baldur's Gate into your world, this has everything you need to know about it. There are some really cool magic items in here too, but this is another great book. I highly recommend this, especially if you want to have your players have a little bit of challenge. You want them to fight some of the demons and the pit fiends and everything that you can imagine seeing. It is in this book. Artwork is outstanding. 5th edition artwork. They have really stepped it up. The only thing I don't understand, though, why they are still using the black and white maps. I don't understand that. Why they switched to that. I mean, it's kind of cool because it kind of harkens back to like 1st and 2nd edition where all the maps were in black and white, but it's kind of really jarring because you have this amazing artwork and then you have this black and white map. I mean, the maps themselves are very well drawn, don't get me wrong with that. It's just very jarring to have great color artwork and then a black and white map. But that's just the way WotC's doing their books now, so I guess we have to get used to it.
Now, my question is the river Styx in this, I try to think, is it made of blood? Is it made of lava? Is it made of... because it's shown in red on this map.
Right. Nobody really knows. It's suggested that it is blood.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it's suggested, but they also suggest that you don't actually go swimming in it because bad things will happen if you do that.
Bad things if you go.
So you have to pay the ferryman. You know.
All right.
Pay the ferryman, and you won't die.
Well, usually, if you are able to see the river Styx, you're probably already dead anyway.
Well, you do raise a valid point with that. But see, you are going to hell, remember that, but you're not dead when you're going there. So...
Someone just told you to go there and...
That's right. Because it sounded like a nice place to vacation, finally, so we just went there. Besides the black and white maps, my other kind of little small nitpick about this book is you can start out at level 1 and it'll take you up to level 13. About the first 3 to 4 levels It's very, very railroady. You don't have a lot of choices. You have to stay on the path and do what the adventure dictates you to do. Once you get to about 5th level, it's a pretty much open sandbox. You can do whatever you want to do. That's, I know, minor nitpick, okay, but that's my biggest complaint about the book was just that the first about 3 or 4 levels is very, very railroady, and
That's because if you stepped off the road, you would be smacked in the face.
True. But then after that, open sandbox. It's a playground. I can't wait to actually either run this or play in a game of this. Either way, this is going to be a great adventure. But yeah, the book is out now. 2 flavors of the book, as always. You have the limited edition cover that you can get at your friendly local game store, or then you have the regular cover, which you can also get at your friendly local game store, or like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere you can buy D&D books. They'll have the regular version. Friendly local game store is the only place to get the limited edition version, which I usually don't like the limited edition versions, but this one was pretty freaking awesome. I'm pretty excited about this cover on the limited, but big thanks to Watsy, as always, for sending the books over for the review. Appreciate it.
Ninth Pond was saying that since Styx is Greek for hate, would you like to take a pleasure swim in the river of hate?
Well, it depends on how much of a masochist you are. More than likely, no, but, you know, some people, Ninth Pond, might enjoy that.
Then let's head into Goodman Games, who announces horror titles for DCC, which is Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Exactly, just in time for Halloween. Oh, yay, Halloween is coming up. I love Halloween. Favorite holiday ever. People are out there going, well, duh. I mean, you know, anyway. Didn't really have to point that out. I just thought I would for the one of you out there that didn't understand. Why do you like Halloween so much? Oh, now I understand. Thanks for explaining that. Anyway, yeah, Goodman Games, as you said, has some Halloween titles out for the Dungeon Crawl Classics. 2 new books coming out. One is called Creep Scrag Creep. That's an interesting title. And the Sinister Sutures of the Semptress.
The Sinister Sutures of the
Semptress.
This is rather strange. They're obviously playing on the sinister secret of Saltmarsh, but
yeah, it's really weird. But the Creep Scrag Creep book, that is written for level 0 characters, so that is going to be a funnel adventure. The players are going to find themselves aboard a drifting ship whose entire crew has vanished. You must solve the mystery before the stalking horror responsible devours your soul. MSRP on that is $9.99. And the second book is going to be an updated version of 2016's Sinister Sutures of the Semptress, with new cover art and new illustrations. That is an adventure for 6-level characters who is going to draw the heroes into the otherworldly prison of the Semptress, who seeks to unravel reality itself. MSRP on that is $9.99 as well. So you get a high-level adventure and a funnel adventure, all for MSRP of $10. So you can't beat that. These books are going to be available soon from Goodman.
Weird. Okay. Then let's go and see what's on the tabletop. Where Evil Dead 2, the official board game, raises from the grave.
Yes, we did talk about this as this Kickstarter was out. Jasco Games was trying to resurrect the failed Evil Dead 2 Kickstarter and get it into the hands of people that originally backed it and the people that helped make it possible. Well, congratulations, Lynn Vander and Jasco. You did it. The Kickstarter was successful. So the game will come out. So all of the original backers to the original failed Kickstarter are going to get a copy. And then, of course, anybody that backed it is going to get a copy as well. And then,
I now, of course, phase one is done.
yes. Well, yes, it's successfully funded. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But they
Making
are,
no bets on the other end.
yeah, they're pretty well far ahead, though. They've been posting some updates, quite a lot on it. So
Okay.
they plan this out. But this, if you don't remember us talking about this a couple weeks ago, this was kind of a different Kickstarter. They are not making, well, they didn't. They said they were selling it at about cost, so they're probably not going to make money off of this Kickstarter. The whole goal of this Kickstarter was to get enough money to actually get the game produced and get it into the hands of people that originally backed the failed Kickstarter. So they were asking people to help them do that. If you bought into the Kickstarter, you were getting a copy of the game for yourself, plus that was going to allow them to make a copy for an original backer. And they did the math. They figured out they needed, I forgot how much money they needed on the Kickstarter to make it happen. Well, they made it happen. It's going to be out. And then after they get it into the hands of all of the backers, original and new backers, it's going to be out in retail as well, which they didn't say they were going to do. So this is new news on that front. Summer of 2020 is when they're shooting for to have this into retail stores. They're hoping to get the fulfillment to all Kickstarter backers in April, and then summer of 2020, the game will come out in stores. It's going to have an MSRP of $80. You're going to get one board, 6-player boards, 47 cards in 4 decks, 3 cursed dice, 47 unpainted miniatures, and 89 tokens, all for that $80. Also, there, yep.
Do you really need more cursed dice?
And the Evil Dead, yes, you do.
Okay, because I thought all your dice were cursed.
Well, if you're me, they are. But, you know, you got to have the special cursed dice for people that don't have my RNG luck. So that's.
Oh, okay.
You know. And then also they did announce this was added on to the Kickstarter at the very end of the Kickstarter. There is going to be a extra pack that is going to ship to retail as well. It's going to be out the same time the base game is. This is going to include 22 more miniatures and new rules to play those new miniatures. The interesting thing about this is the molds they use to make these models for the minis were actually created by Space Goat, who had the failed Kickstarter. The manufacturer they were using to make the miniatures actually held the molds for them because of unpaid bills, and the company was able to use them to make these new miniatures. So that's kind of cool that it's a little bit of the original game kind of sneaking in to this updated version due to the failed Kickstarter, basically. But the big thing is Jasco is working with Creative Licensing, who is the licensor for the Evil Dead 2. They actually had access to the Space Goats. Space Goats. Let me reword that. Backer Kit account. So that's how they found out all of the original backers. So that's how all the original backers are going to get the game and the extras pack. The extra pack in retail is going to be out $40 to $50. So cool. I'm looking forward to this. I actually kickstarted this, so I'll be getting this in
you
April.
don't do too many Kickstarters.
I don't actually. So this was maybe the 3rd Kickstarter I've done, 4th, something like that. So I'm excited about this. Of course, I'll do once I get it. I'll do a review and an unboxing and all that. But pretty cool. I can't wait for this. I know my group of friends that I play with, some of them listen to the show. Surprise! I backed this, so we're going to play this. I don't think I told them I kickstarted this, so yeah. I'm excited. But look for the Evil Dead 2, the board game, coming summer of 2020 to a retail game store near you.
Now, another thing that is coming out of the blue, so to speak, was the announcement of the American Tabletop Awards, which until this weekend I had never heard of.
Yeah, I got a press release on this, and I I hadn't posted on this yet. I was going to, and then I see you added this to the show note. Yeah, brand new like tabletop awards, and it's kind of weird how they did it. They kind of announced, "Hey, we're creating these new awards, and here are the winners of the said awards." It's like
For 2019, at least, yes.
I was like, okay.
Well,
Like,
that's because they want to make their announcements in June, but they don't want to wait till the 2020 awards before they have their first awards. They said, all right, we'll have the committee quickly choose some 2019 winners.
yeah, it was just it was just weird because the press release, I guess, was really just that. It's like introducing the brand new American Tabletop Awards, and then it was like a little blurb about, this is our goal for this award. Oh yeah, and here's the winners for this year.
Yes.
Sweet. All right. So yeah.
And there are 4 categories for this. Early gamers.
Which the winner of that was Catch the Moon. It's a dexterity game about stacking up ladders based on randomly rolled requirements.
Oh, good grief.
I've never heard of the game personally, so, I mean, it sounds interesting, I guess.
Now, by early gamers, do they mean intro games, or are they talking about young people games?
Kids.
Kids. Okay, so this is the equivalent to the Kinderspiel.
Yeah, sure. You could call it that. I mean, that would make sense.
Very well. Then the second category are casual games.
And the winner of that was the Quacks of Quedlinburg. Yes. And that is if you're not familiar with that is a pressure luck type game. You're basically building stuff out of a bag. You're drawing tiles out of a bag, and you're kind of pressing your luck by drawing those tiles.
Then our third category are strategy games.
Winner of that was the Chronicles of Crime. That is a co-op mystery game that you use a smartphone or tablet to play out the narrative and take various actions. I know you can take like pictures. There's like QR codes on a lot of the cards, and if you scan that QR card, you can like hear the suspects, their statements they gave. You can get clues by scanning QR cards, so you really have to have the app to play the game.
Yes. And finally, the Complex Games Award. And that goes to?
That was Root.
What else is new?
Exactly. Root's winning a lot of awards. And that is an asymmetric war game involving cute little woodland animals. So if you ever wanted to attack somebody with squirrels and rabbits, Root is the way to go.
Let's see. Boomstick not included. I'm trying. Was that with the awards, or was that?
No, that was for Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
That's you probably never seen Evil Dead, so you don't know what the Boomstick is. But
I guess you have a point with that.
Which was kind of funny because I knew you weren't going to get that, so I was like, when is he going to bring that up to try to figure out what that is?
Let's head into our week in gaming. Drac, what were you up to?
Well, hardcore, of course.
Hardcore.
Did play with you. I'll let you talk about that. We started season 2 of Shar Inhabit in Hell. I would have the video link that I could show you that you could watch. But we don't have it. For some reason, Twitch did something really weird this time, and it didn't save the video. I'm not sure what happened. Because usually after we're done streaming, I grab the video, I download it, and then I do a little bit of editing. I don't do a lot of editing to it, but do a little bit of editing to it, and then I upload it to my YouTube because I'm not a Twitch partner or anything, so my videos on Twitch don't stay very long. So I always want to grab it up and get it to YouTube, so I have it, forever. And I was talking to Pine after we were done playing, and I told him, I'm going to grab this video real quick. And then I went to grab it, and I'm like, it's not in my Twitch videos. So I thought, well, maybe their servers are just being bombarded by, a lot of people streaming or something. So I'll wait. So I waited the next day. Still wasn't in my videos. Checked a couple days later. Still not in my videos. So we'll call that the lost episode, apparently. So hopefully when we stream again, we play again, I'll be able to actually capture the video this time. Twitch will work correctly for once.
What?
And we'll have
have
the video of it. So yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. It's never done that to me before, so I don't know what happened with that. But I'll let Pine talk about our heaven and hell adventures. But yeah, hardcore still alive. Actually, not dead yet. So that's part of the battle, right?
What level did you get to?
I am level 7, almost 8.
Ooh.
I'm like 3.5 bubbles into 7, almost 8. So we're doing. We finished all of the level 4 quests. We're running level 5 stuff now. Also running some 6s as well. We're still doing everything on hard. Only doing hard. And I think Myth and I ran a quest in House P that I swear I have never done before. Or if I have done it, it did not make a lasting impression on me because I did not remember this quest whatsoever. It's the Rest for the Restless. I got in there because usually I get in and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this quest. It's just been forever since I did it. We got in, we were running this quest. I told Myth3, I've never done this quest ever in my life. I've never been here ever. It was a fun quest. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was pretty short, pretty straightforward. I mean, there wasn't a lot to it. A lot of undead and stuff, of course, to fight. But I do not remember this quest whatsoever. So I said, I swear I've never done this before. So there you go. After 10 years-ish of me playing this game, pretty sure I found a quest that I've never ran before.
And it sounds like something that I might have run because I do remember picking up a strange undead quest inside of that particular establishment.
Well, next time if we ever create new characters for any reason or whatever, I want to make sure that we do this quest so you can say, oh yeah, we ran this a long time ago or whatever.
Well, not necessarily. No, because the time I remember running it, I was doing it solo.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then you might have. Like I said, I don't think I've ever ran this quest ever. Night Pun's going back to the Lost Heaven and Hell episode, and he says, easy, it was session 0. Those never get recorded. See, Ninth Pond knows where it's at. So yeah, it's still live on the hardcore server. Gotta admit, I'm getting kind of not really burnt out, but I'm just getting frustrated.
Frustrated?
Yeah, with like hardcore server.
Well, it's easy to get frustrated with a server where if you make one mistake, start over.
Right. And it's just, and there's a lot of outside things that are causing me to be a little frustrated with it as well too. But it's fun. I'm enjoying playing with Myth, and we're just kind of playing on our own terms. Like I said, we're just running everything on hard. I'm still having fun, just getting frustrated. I'm just hoping we have enough time to get that 1750. All I want is 1750. Hopefully. Then did play a lot of 5th edition, actually, this last week. We had the final, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We managed to find the vault. Had an epic battle, but things aren't as what they seem, so it might not be over. But if you like epic battles, long battles, watch this episode. The whole entire episode, which we played, I think almost 4 hours, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, was a fight. An epic, big, massive fight with lots of things. So if you like combat episodes of 5th edition plays, you're going to love watching this. And I kept trying to use my newfound glove that I have which I'm saying that with minor spoilers. If you haven't watched, you haven't seen what happened, but I have this new cool glove and it has like some cool new tricks it can do. And I was trying to use them, but stinking Evil Beaker, man, DM was just blocking me every time I tried to do something cool with my glove.
Well, that's rude.
And I'm like, come on, man. I have this new toy. I got to play with this toy. But one day, next episode, I swear I'm going to be able to use my glove.
Your glove.
Yeah.
And we'll see whether or not that's a euphemism for the hand of Vecna or anything like that.
Funny you should say that. It's actually not the hand of Vecna, but it's pretty darn close.
Okay.
Pretty darn close to the. Yeah, I'll tell you off air exactly what it is because I don't want to like spoil it for anybody that might be watching it and haven't got caught up. But yeah, it's got a cool little ability I can do, and I tried to do it, but darn evil blocked me every time. And then we also played Out of the Abyss. That is another campaign I'm in that is also DM'd by Evil Beaker. We are making our way through the abyss. We maybe think we're on the good way out. We had a really long battle in that one too. And that was really fun. And then again, I was trying to use some of my new toys in that one too.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to use my toys in that one either.
That's rude.
I know. Evil Beaker, I'm telling you, you give me all these cool things and then you just do DM things to stop me from using it. But it's cool. It's cool. Beaker is such an amazing DM. I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Beaker is the best DM I have ever played under. Ever. Hands down, best DM I've ever had. He is amazing. So everybody do yourself a favor. Watch these shows. They can be found over on the D&D Night DDO stream playlist over on DDO stream. Watch the bonus Dragon Heist Waterdeep Dwarves plus one drow. Hey, that's me. And the Out of the Abyss. So check that out. So that is what I did. I'm trying to think. I did do something on Tabletop, but I don't remember what it was. I played something for a review, but I'm embarrassed that I can't remember what it was. I'm not sure if that bodes well for the review or not, but I don't remember what game it was because it had like a solo thing, so I played it solo, but I'll be darned if I remember what it was. That's terrible. So once you see a review pop up, maybe hopefully this week, next week, I could say, hey, yeah, that was a game I played that I forgot about. And then we'll see if it has any bearing on the review that it's like, yeah, I played this and I forgot what it was, but I suggest you play this game. No, I don't know. We'll see. So how about you, Pine Leaf? What'd you do?
All right, we'll begin what we did in our return trip to Sharn, where we went to Find Doors. We ran Finding Doors and Safety in Numbers, which are the first two adventures in the Soul Splitter series. Then on my Artificer, I ran, which is the next story within the Soul Splitter series, the Underlane Assignment. So I'm not going to discuss what that's all about since Frack hasn't been there yet, I presume. I didn't hear him say anything about doing the Underlane Assignment. So
no, I have not done any of these yet, so I'm doing them for the first time as we're going to play through them.
There we go. Then on the tabletop, I ran Adventures 6 and 7 of the Tomb of Annihilation. And when I was running the boss fight in Adventure 6, now the boss in Adventure 6 is enough of a pain as it is. And while going through there, I had 3 consecutive encounter cards that said, draw a nearby trap, which is, of course, really annoying. Now, it could be you get off scot-free because you pull an empty trap there. But in all 3 of them, I drew the tile I picked said, draw a card. And those trap cards are all really nasty. If you ever done Tomb of Annihilation, you know what I'm talking about on how nasty those traps are.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're horrible.
Yes. One of them was healing the boss.
Ow.
Now, you gotta remember, this is a boss with 14 hit points.
Oh, good grief.
So the worst thing you can have is now you're healing this boss who has an impossible number of hit points. Very well. Then one of them pinned my character so that my character was no longer able to move. It was a bear trap. So we have a healing boss, a character that can't move, and every turn I was summoning a new monster for the third one. It's like, can't you give me a break? Hey, you guess what the result was that eventually, with all that going against me. Then then I decided to start a new expedition, and I was playing a pairing that I'd never played before, and this was Ugamore versus the Knight of Shackles. And Ugamore is a very strange character because his special card that he has, a special starter card, is you get all these wonderful, wonderful benefits. Of course, you take 2 damage whenever you use it. Yeah, so it's a really weird character, and it doesn't sound like a character that I would want to use too often, especially solo, because if Fugamore becomes exhausted, his special ability is useless in solo mode. So you don't want to become exhausted when you're playing Fugamore solo. And then in tabletop apps, I decided to break out Star Realms, which I hadn't played for a while there. I decided to try the first battle of the campaign there, trying to remember how that goes. So I ran that. Then I decided let's try a little bit of Aeon's End app. And there I first played Kadir versus Solo versus Rageborn. I had this set for normal, and normal mode can get a bit brutal against Rageborn. So I was pretty much torn up by that. So I decided let's do a rematch on easy mode. And that time I was able to go and complete it. So yes, that was fun. And that completes my week in gaming. We currently have 18 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to join this group and help support DDO players, simply go to the Nations page and where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on a podcast of your choice, or even be guests with us for an episode of DDO Players News. We did not receive any emails this week, but if you'd like to send us one, you can send it to podcast at ddoplayers.com. You can also follow us on Twitter. The Players Alliance at Players Ally, DDO Players at DDO Players, Dracula at Dracula_72, and Piney at Piney Fiddles. And you can follow Drac on Twitch at Dracula_72. The Players Alliance has 2 shows each week. Each week on Mondays at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have DDO Players News, and on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Loja Players News. You can join us for our live shows on DDOplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight, and this is Pelly Mules reminding you to quest responsibly.